High in the Hindu Kush, where the air is thin and the mountains touch the sky, lives a people as ancient as the land itself. The Gujjars, nomadic pastoralists, guardians of tradition, and bearers of a legacy that stretches back millennia. Today, we journey into the heart of Afghanistan to uncover the story of this enigmatic community, their struggles, and their enduring spirit. The Gujjars of Afghanistan are a testament to resilience and endurance, with a population estimated at around 1.5 million, as reported by Soviet-Afghan News. Primarily residing in the northeastern regions of the country, including Kapisa, Baghlan, Balkh, Kunduz, and Khost, they have carved out a life in some of Afghanistan's most rugged and beautiful landscapes. Yet despite their significant numbers and rich cultural heritage, the Gujjars remain one of the most marginalized and overlooked communities in the nation. Their stories, traditions, and struggles are often hidden from the wider world, making their journey one of both strength and silence.
شماری از اقوام گوجر ساکن ولسوالی خنجان ولایت بغلان هستند که اینجا در چند متری مقر این ولسوالی برای دادخواهی گرد هم آمدند و میگویند افراد مسلح غیر مسئول شبانگام بالای منازل مسکونیشان حمله نموده و تمامی اموال آنان را با خود بردند.
در 2 بجه شب انیم مردم 50 نفر مسلح غیر مسئول آمدن سر ما حمله کردند. امی حکومت صحنه است و مقدمت در نظریه دکتر داریم 1 نفر ما زخمی شده.
زندگی داشته باشیم، روز داشته باشیم، همیجا میاییم. خب مقصد باشه، مسلمانی باشه، نه 12 بجه 2 بجه شب بود که ما از خانه ما برآمدیم تا ولی رو همین روز خانه رو ندیدیم.
اینان میگویند چندین بار برای حل این مشکل به نهادهای دولتی مراجعه کردند، اما هیچ کس به این مشکلشان رسیدگی نکرده است.
8 روز شده که نمی طفلایی که می سیاسرایی که می بینی امی مردم ها در پشت در ولسوالی غلطیدگی است، نه از طریق ولسوالی، نه از طریق قماندان امنیت، نه از طریق رئیس امنیت. غورسی و بازخواست که مردم حق خود طلب میکنه، این مردم در برابرش دلیل میگوید.
فرمانده پلیس بغلان میگوید هیئت برای بررسی این موضوع به محل رفته و نتیجه بررسی آنان نشان میدهد زمینه هایی که در آن اقوام گوجر زندگی میکنند دولتی بوده و گفتگوها برای حل این مشکل جریان دارد.
The origins of the Gujjars are veiled in mystery, sparking intrigue and debate among historians and anthropologists alike. Some theories suggest they were encountered by Alexander the Great during his legendary conquest of southern Asia, while others trace their roots to ancient Central Asian tribes who migrated southward centuries ago. What is undeniable is their rich genetic and cultural tapestry, their Indo-European language, Gujjari, and the striking European features found among some, blonde hair and blue eyes, hint at a complex and captivating history. The Gujjars are often linked to the Nuristanis, another enigmatic ethnic group in the region, though the precise nature of their connection remains a tantalizing puzzle, inviting further exploration and discovery.
During the 4-decade-long reign of the Gupta king Kumaragupta I, mounted hordes of white Hun warriors launched an assault into the Punjab, and an inscription from a pillar created later tells of how the attacks of these Hunna almost destroyed the empire.
For centuries, the Gujjars have roamed the highlands with their herds, following ancient migratory routes that stretch from the Himalayas to the Hindu Kush. Their lives are dictated by the seasons, moving to higher pastures in summer and descending to the valleys in winter. But this way of life is under threat. Political borders, environmental changes, and modernization have disrupted their traditional patterns, forcing many to abandon their nomadic roots. The Gujjars are a people apart, fiercely proud of their traditions and deeply connected to their land. Their brightly henned beards and handmade clothing are symbols of their identity. Yet, their isolation has also made them vulnerable. Cut off from modern amenities, they lack access to education, healthcare, and basic infrastructure. Women in particular bear the brunt of this marginalization, with few opportunities to step beyond the confines of their pastoral lives. The Gujjars, like many communities in Afghanistan, have been profoundly shaped by the spread of Islam. While their ancient roots may trace back to pre-Islamic traditions, today the majority of Gujjars in Afghanistan are devout Muslims. Islam has become an integral part of their identity, influencing their customs, rituals, and way of life. However, their practice of Islam often blends with their unique cultural traditions, creating a distinct expression of faith. For example, the Gujjars' reverence for their livestock and the natural world reflects their pastoral heritage, while their prayers and religious observances align with Islamic teachings. This fusion of faith and tradition underscores the resilience of their cultural identity, even as they navigate the challenges of modernity and marginalization. The Gujjars' deep knowledge of the mountains and their fierce independence made them formidable fighters during the Soviet-Afghan War, which began in 1979. As the Soviet Union sought to control Afghanistan, Gujjar-led tribal militias played a crucial role in the resistance. Their expertise in high-altitude mountain fighting, honed over centuries of navigating the Hindu Kush, made them invaluable to the Mujahideen forces. According to historian Adam Lockyer, the Gujjars' ability to operate in the most remote and inhospitable regions of Afghanistan allowed them to launch guerrilla attacks against Soviet forces, disrupting supply lines and communications. Their resistance was not just a fight against foreign invaders, but also a defense of their ancestral lands and way of life.
Afghanistan. War in the Hindu Kush. A war fought by the Soviet Union to prevent the spread of Islamic fundamentalism. Like Vietnam, a conflict dominated by the helicopter gunship. Unlike Vietnam, a hit-and-run guerrilla war, not all rebels could agree how to win. And one fought in often atrocious conditions for which the Soviets were untrained and unprepared. Afghanistan is a remote, landlocked country whose closeness to Iran's Islamic Revolution scared the Kremlin. It's also a wild, mountainous country with few metal roads. This lack of easy communications dictated a two-pronged invasion to secure the capital, Kabul, and the towns along the road system. The invasion was personally supervised by Marshal Sergei Sokolov, the Soviet's deputy defense minister. Extensively experienced as a wartime tank general, he was a hawkish commander, but a conservative tactician who soon faced a federation of 24 major guerrilla groups. The resistance concentrated much of its efforts close to the border with Pakistan, where Peshawar offered sanctuary and supplies. The Salang Pass and the Panjshir Valley saw concentrated action by Mujahideen groups reinforced along several key border routes. In early 1980, the Mujahideen resistance controlled 90% of the countryside, though popular outrage at the invasion provided more volunteers than they could arm. Most remained locally based, however, rarely communicating with other groups or operating outside their own valleys.
The Gujjars' role in Afghanistan's conflicts did not end with the Soviet withdrawal. During the Afghan war that culminated in the Taliban's return to power in 2021, a few senior Gujjar commanders emerged within the Taliban ranks. One such figure was Qari Shamsuddin Gujjar, a prominent Taliban commander in Farkar City, Takhar province. Known for his tactical acumen and leadership, Shamsuddin was a key figure in the Taliban's operations in northeastern Afghanistan. In September 2022, Shamsuddin Gujjar was killed in clashes with the National Resistance Front, NRF, in Andarab, a region known for its fierce resistance to Taliban rule. His death marked a significant loss for the Taliban, as he was preparing to lead his platoon against NRF forces. The Taliban also deployed other Gujjar fighters, including those affiliated with Maulawi Fasihuddin, the Taliban's chief of staff, highlighting the strategic importance of the Gujjars in the conflict. The involvement of Gujjars in the Taliban underscores the complex and often contradictory roles they have played in Afghanistan's modern history. While some have fought to defend their communities, others have been drawn into broader conflicts, shaping the fate of a nation in turmoil.
On my orders, the United States military has begun strikes against al-Qaeda terrorist training camps and military installations of the Taliban regime in Afghanistan. These carefully targeted actions are designed to disrupt the use of Afghanistan as a terrorist base of operations and to attack the military capability of the Taliban.
It's time to bring our people back home.
To end America's longest war.
The U.S. will soon complete its withdrawal of forces from Afghanistan.
Alarming images.
Taliban fighters have flooded the capital.
They're American-made weapons in the hands of Taliban fighters.
Many of the Afghans trying to escape actually helped American armed forces.
It was quite clear that it was going to come to this.
I stand squarely behind my decision. After 20 years, there was never a good time to withdraw U.S. forces.
Afghanistan is a mosaic of cultures and languages, with the Constitution officially recognizing 14 ethnic groups and their languages: Pashtun, Tajik, Hazara, Uzbek, Turkmen, Balak, Pashai, Nuristani, Aimak, Kyrgyz, Kizilbash, Gujjar, and Brahui. The Gujjars, with their unique language of Gujjari, are an integral part of this diverse tapestry. Yet despite this constitutional recognition, the Gujjars often struggle to preserve their linguistic heritage in the face of marginalization and limited access to education. Gujjari, an Indo-European language, is a vital link to the Gujjars' ancient past. It is a language of poetry, storytelling, and daily life, passed down through generations. But as younger generations adapt to the dominant languages of Dari and Pashto, the survival of Gujjari hangs in the balance. The Gujjars face immense challenges: land encroachment, poverty, and discrimination. Many have lost their grazing lands to powerful individuals or development projects. Others struggle to access education and healthcare, with schools and clinics often hours away. Yet despite these hardships, the Gujjars remain resilient. Their traditions, passed down through generations, continue to bind them together, offering a sense of identity and purpose in an uncertain world. As Afghanistan grapples with conflict and change, the future of the Gujjars hangs in the balance. Will they adapt to the modern world, or will their ancient way of life fade into history? In the shadow of the Hindu Kush, the Gujjars endure, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring power of tradition. Their story is one of survival, identity, and the timeless bond between a people and their land.